All right, another Grateful Dead hoarder session. Today we're going to go over some magazines and cool stuff that used to be able to get handed out when you were, or bought rather, not always handed out, or bought, from Tour back in the day. If you like this, hit subscribe and like. I'd be really stoked. And the music today is provided by Half Step and his YouTube channel, so go and listen to his stuff. He posts shows all the time. So, this is the very first Hey Pocky Way from Providence, by the way. This is Crazy Little Thing, Awesome Comics. Hopefully it's not reflecting too bad here. It's funny, only cheap to the rich. I work for the State of Mind, the official comic book of the Deadheads. Just a crazy, cool, kind of like these are all fucking doses and shit. Different comics and Cosmic Charlie campaign stuff and hand-drawn pictures and more comics. The Poltergeists. Milkweg, Amsterdam, Halt, Backstage Pass, more comics, the new Speedway by some guy named David from '84. All super ass cool stuff, Box of Rain stuff, and that old famous Jerry painting or picture. Some kind of poem called Leshy, maybe something about Phil, I would imagine. I haven't read it for a million years. And just, repeats of different stuff like Can You Pass the Acid Test, and just all kinds of great things that people put in and collected together. Keeps slipping through, goes on, runs through. It's pretty intense and pretty long. It took a while probably to do this. There's games you can play and crosswords and all kinds of trivia shit. Little media things. And then on the very back, this is a scribble page, and this is given to me by Matt Brandt, 42185. My old friend Matt Brandt. Went to Pitzer College, saw a bunch of shows with him. Super cool cat. Hi Matt, how are you? So yeah, more crazy truth or consequences on the back. Very cool though. That was Awesome Comics. Only cheap to the rich. $2. And then, of course, we had all kinds of Relix. I have two of these. Relix was a good magazine. Had part of the time it was Relix, part of the time it was Dead Relix. There's a Bobby cover. I don't know. It jumped in and out. It's funny because it was Relix for a while, then it was Dead Relix, but it was all in the middle of the publication, so I'm not really sure why it jumped back and forth. So, but always a great magazine. There's a Jerry cover. Flip in, and it was just all the Dead-related stuff. You could buy the records. Mainly the stories about the Dead, or about the Dead. Every other band was in here too, the Bromberg right there, and just a variety of people, the new riders. I must have cut something out that I wanted from that. Probably put it on my wall. The US Festival, I was at that. That was fucking cool. Super cool. I went to both of them, actually. And so, yeah, Relix had just amazing... Phil. Dang, Phil. Alright. I bet Phil had fun that day. And then you could buy prints and stuff. I think those are Herbie Green pictures. I'm not sure. I could go back and look, but we're kind of flipping through these. And then all the back issues of Relix, and then the 100 Grateful Dead song print on the back. That was great. I have one of those. It's super tattered, but every single song is in there based on the cartoon characters that are drawn in this giant poster. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, Relix was always awesome. Here's another one with the band right on the cover from the 710. And then there's Mickey's cover. Big interview with him in there. A couple more Jerry covers. That must be 83. Jerry's looking a little plump there. Let me see, when does this what does it say? I don't think it really has a date on it, but anyway, there's a picture of Jerry sitting there under freeways, and then there's the cover that picture was painted from. And then they had a bunch of other bands too, you know, Bob Marley, The Police, Led Zeppelin, Bruce, Hot Tuna, of course, more hot, there's Yorma, Zappa. I think Zappa had a couple covers. And there's a combination cover of a bunch of different Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. So yeah, Relix was an amazing magazine. It was hard to get. You couldn't just go to the store and pick it up like you could, like a Rolling Stone or whatever. You had to go up to a record store to get them, and it was tough. And they would always sell out because I had to go to Rhino Records in Claremont, California, back in the day to pick them up, and they would sell out quick. I don't think I ever got a subscription to Relix because I was starting to move around a little bit at that point. But I just loved it. Amazing. Dead Relix or Relix, however you call it. Then just throw in a couple extras, some more common, more mainstream stuff is like Jerry on the cover of Fret's magazine. Cool picture of him. He looks happy and pretty healthy there. And then, of course, the Rolling Stone one that you could buy at every grocery store, everywhere, right off the rack years later after Jerry had passed. So, yeah, very cool. I love all the magazines. You know, mainstream ones are way easier to get than the Relix. The Relix are the tough ones, you know, because they just would sell out fast. Now, this was one of my favorites. It was my old address in Chino, California, and no, I wasn't in prison. The Golden Road. This is issue 1. Very cool magazine. Had to be sent to your house. You had to order it. Just great stuff. It was Reagan and Blair put this out, I believe. Blair Jackson and Reagan McMahon. Blair Jackson, of course, long-term associate on many, many levels with the Grateful Dead. Author, photographer, magazine publisher. So yeah, The Golden Road was amazing. Here's a really cool Mickey interview. I'm hoping I'm keeping this all centered. New Year's Eve, 83, 84, my very first. Super stoked. And then the music behind the Dead's covers, all the history of Buddy Holly and fucking Howlin' Wolf and all the Samson and Delilah history surrounding it. Just amazing stuff. I'm really glad I have all these. I've kept them in 83 complete show and set lists, all super detailed. So yeah, like I said a moment ago, I'm really glad I kept all these or didn't lose them in one of my million moves, because they're great. They were really well written. Just amazing stuff. I love them. Night of the Grateful Dead. And the two punkers are like, ah. Great pick of Pigpen. What does that say? Night at the Fillmore West. And then in the back there's tape traders. So if you needed tapes or wanted tapes, like Grateful Janitors advertise in the Golden Road. Curry Rhymes photographs. And then the 84 calendar back. And then this cool front cover on this issue 2, the samurais, the rose breaking the sword. Alright, so going down the road, little feedback stuff, Save a Foundation ad, letters that people wrote in, light shows with Morpheus, just great stuff. Subscription card. Dead on Video, Collecting's new frontier. This was, I think, spring of 84. So yeah, video was pretty infantile, like in its doing its baby step shit back then. Sunshine Roses cartoon special, The Skeptics. Of course, at the end, they're just piles of puddle. Having fun. Acid Test flashbacks, the original long skinny poster that's insanely rare to have a real one. Phil, Still Searching for It by David Gans. Super cool interview. I love Phil. He is my favorite. Pre-Dead Days. Just different, more roots where the songs came from. More ads from different people doing cool stuff back in the day. So yeah, Pigpen lookalike contest. I don't know. I'd have to reread that. I haven't looked through these for a long time. Bobby taking a nap with his guitar. Very cool set lists. April Fool's 1984. Going to hell in a bucket with Ronald Reagan smashing the ice cream on his face. That's epic. That sticker was by Bob Honorado of Los Angeles, California. And then this illustration, Thank You for a Real Good Time, and the Good Hand of Cards is by Kristen Adams from Waltham, Mass. Oh, taping. Go digital. I told you this is old. Let's go digital. What? What's digital? I want my tapes. Just got done using 8 tracks. What are you talking about? Deadly Olympics. Don't know what that is either, but it would be funny. I'd have to reread it. Oh, yeah. It's so